Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel where I share beginners friendly fashion designs tutorials. Please click on the subscribe button and make sure you like this video, comment and share it to your friends. Today we are going to make a pencil skirt pattern, and the measurements we need for this tutorial is the waist circumference measurement, the hip circumference measurement from waist to the hip, from waist to the underbord, and then the knee length and the full length of the skirt. So first I will start by marking my starting line, which will also serve as the waist point. So that's where my measurement is going to start from. The next measurement I will take is from my waist to my hip point. And I'll mark, and I'll also mark from my waist to my knee point. I'll mark the same thing this other side in order to get a straight line. So I'm going to draw a straight line. So this is my waistline, also my starting line, and my hip point line, and then my knee length, which will also serve as the full length for this tutorial. But since we are making a pencil skirt and it's going to be so fitted, from my knee length, I'll come up by 4 inches and rule a straight line. If you are an average height person, you can use 3 inches. You can come up by 3 inches. So this blue line I draw now is going to be serve as my knee point. The reason why I came up by 4 inches is for me to get a rounded and curvy hips when making my measurement. So when I'm connecting my line from the hip point, is coming to this new line before taking it down to the main knee length. This will give the dress a curvy and fitted look. So now the next measurement to take is my waist measurement. So I'll enter my waist circumference measurement divided by 4 and mark on the waist point. Then I'm going to add 1 inch for that. And I'll come to my hip point and enter my hips circumference measurement divided by 4. And at my knee length, I'll enter my hip circumference divided by 4 minus 1 inch. So the same measurement I have at the hip point, I'm going to bring it down to the knee point, but I'm going to minus 1 inch from it. If you want it to be very tight at the knee point, you can deduct as much as 1.5. Or maybe at a very curvy person, you can deduct up to 1.5. And I'm going to take the same measurements I have at this knee length to my full length. And I'm going to connect up the lines using my hip curve. I'll use the not too curvy part of it. The next thing I will do now is to take my dart. And to take my dart, I'll enter my bust span measurement divided by 2 on both the waistline and the hip line. I'm going to rule a straight line. I'll come to my waist point and mark ½ inch on both sides of this line. And on the hip point, I'm going to come up by 3 inches. I'm going to connect the ½ inch I mark on both sides to the 3 inches I just marked. And that's my dart for the front. Then I'll come to the side of the waistline and go up by ½ inch. Now I'm going to connect it to the first dart leg here. So this one for the front pattern. I'll go ahead and add 1 inch all round for stitching. Remember, this side is on fold, so I'll add 1 inch for stitching by the side, and at the down part I'll add 2 inch for folding. I use marker for my original line and the pencil is my allowance. So I'm going to cut this out now and we move to the back pattern. So this is it after cutting out. You can see the curve at the hip side where it stops before taking it to the knee length. Now let's go to the back pattern. This for the back pattern, I'll go ahead and mark all the lines I mark for front pattern. So this is the same line we have for the front pattern. This is the waist line, which is also the starting line, and the hip line, and then the knee length, and the actual knee length, which is the full length. There is one more line I will add to the back pattern, and that's the underbutt line. So I'll go ahead and enter my underbutt point. So the underbutt line is between the hip line and the knee line, and this is my underbutt line. I'll go ahead and mark 1.5 inch by the side here at the center back for zipper allowance. So this is my zipper allowance. You can use 1 inch, but I'm using 1.5 here. So I'll come to this waistline at the center back. Starting from the zipper line, I'll go in by 1/2 inch as to remove the zipper bulge. And I'll connect that 1/2 inch to the hip points. And then I'll come to the underbutt line and go in by 0.75. If you have a very curvy backside, you can go in by 1 inch. And then I'll come to the knee line and go in by 1 inch. Then I'm going to connect the lines to the hip points. Now connect the line to the full length. The next thing I'll do is to mark my waist measurements. The next thing I'll do is to enter my waist circumference measurement divided by 4 plus 1 inch for that. Now I'm going to start the measurements from the original zipper line. Then I'll come to my hip line and enter my hip circumference measurement divided by 4. Then I'm going to skip the underbutt line because already I've worked on it at this other side at the center back. So I'm coming to the midline. So at the midpoint, I'll enter my hip circumference divided by 4 minus 1 inch. Starting from the original zipper line. And I'll mark the same measurement at the full length. And I'm going to connect all the measurements. The next thing I'll do is to mark my dart. I'll enter my bust span measurement divided by 2. Starting from the new zipper line. And I'll draw a straight line down to the hip point. Then at the hip point, I'm going up by 2 inches. Remember for the front, we went up by 3 inches, but for the back, we are going up by 2 inches. I'll mark it. And at the waistline, I'll mark 1/2 inch on both sides. And I'm going to connect my dart leg, that 2 inches. I'll come to the side here and go up by 1/2 inch, the same way I did for the front. Now connect it to the dart leg. Next thing I will do now is to create a new zipper line. Since I already hold a dart for this one, so I will just mark 1.5 starting from the new line. So this is my new zipper line. This one is no longer needed. So I'll just go ahead and add 1/2 inch by the side for stitching allowance and for ease. And then 2 inch at the down part here for folding. So this is it. I'm going to cut this out. This is what we have. This is the back pattern and this is the front pattern. Then if you are going to use this to make a gown, then you are good like this. Just place it on your fabric and trace it out. But if you are going to make a skirt, you are going to determine how wide you want your band to be, and then you measure it from the top of your pattern and then you cut it out. When you are cutting out the band, you have to consider the side that is 1 inches up. So you're just going to measure it down and then you cut it out and you make your band straight using your waist circumference measurement. So that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you've gotten value from this, please click on the like button and also make sure you subscribe. Thank you. See you in the next video. Bye.